What's up guys, Not2_, here with a little bit of another different video. I know I'm doing such crazy variety these days. But today I'm bringing you a Pokemon Showdown battle I had with Vialythen. Go check out his channel. I doubt that someone with 40 subs can help someone with 250 too much, but you know, you might enjoy what he's got to offer there. We did a themed Pokemon battle here, Sun versus Moon. I had a Sun team of Pokemon that evolved during the day through Sunstone, and one new Alola form, and he had a Moon team with Pokemon that evolved over the night or during the night through Moonstone and in Alola form. We both had Ninetales for that, so that's how that comes in. But otherwise, hopefully you can see the aesthetics of these teams pretty well. With that out of the way, let's get going. So I send out my lead as Espeon, as he's got his freaking Lunatone. I totally forgot. I set up a Calm Mind as he goes for an Earth Power. He then switches into this freaking Umbreon Lunar Doge that killed me to absorb a Shadow Ball. So to deal with that, I switch into Whimsicott, thinking that I can sort of stall him to death here because I made this thing ridiculous. He switches into his Legend Ninetales, and I go for a Leech Seed but miss. I try to Toxic it as it Flamethrowers me and gets some crazy damage off. Not knowing what to do, I go for a Protect as he Flamethrowers me. Takes a little bit more toxic damage, and I've got nothing left to do here, so I just Cotton Guard and wait for death. And it comes.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Next, I send out my Solrock to deal with this, and you might not think of Solrock as a huge threat here, but just check out what happens. I go for a Rock Polish, and then just Ancient Power until I get the stat boost, which is right now. So this is when he just goes, oh shit. He Trick Rooms and switches into Lunar Doge. As I Baton Pass into Lucario, and Mega Evolve against this poor guy. So I've got all kinds of stat boosts. I'm a Mega Lucario, and he's trying to deal with it with this Gilly Gliscor. And he actually does a pretty good job of it. Vialythen's a great battler, and he turned the situation around almost. So I go for a Power-Up Punch as he's stalling me, and he goes for another Protect, because, you know, you protect every other turn when you can, I guess. But I'm able to take him down with an Iron Tail, because I've got all these crazy boosts. He then sends out Luna, his Clefable, which I guess kind of models mine from the PFRM. But that thing takes me down with a counter after Focus Sash, really good play, so I send out Heliolisk to take it down. We're 4-4, at this point battle's pretty even. He then sends out his Mooney, so I go back to Espeon and Magic Bounce those Stealth Rocks, just a last minute hunch that I had. And then I go for a Calm Mind as he Pain Splits. And after this, he sends back into, you guessed it, Lunar Doge, to eat yet another Shadow Ball. I have absolutely no counter for this thing since Lucario died, so I go into the closest thing, which is my Ninetales, which had an Air Balloon because I had no clue what to do with it. And he snarls me and wrecks my special attack. So I try to get him back with a Will-O-Wisp, and his Synchronize doesn't work there. So he snarls me again, but misses. And at this point, again, I'm just trying to kill this Lunar Doge with status ailments. I go for a Nasty Plot, but that's immediately undone. And he's left to switch into his Mooney to absorb this Fire Blast in the Sun. And it actually does a decent job. So I go for a Nasty Plot while I have the chance, get Stealth Rocked, which isn't a giant deal for my team, but, you know, it still hurts. He's able to save himself with a Pain Split here, but not quite enough, so Ninetales can still get it with a Fire Blast. He sends out his own Ninetales, and realizing that it has Flash Fire, I get into Heliolisk, and he Dark Pulses me with not that much success. He switches back into Masharna, and I try to Thunderbolt it. And the thing about this Heliolisk is it has only physical attack, or only special attacks. So it works against a very specific subset of Pokemon. But anyway, Dreamer is able to Moonlight itself back up to full health, and I start setting up with my Espeon again. And in the back of my mind, I'm just like, don't switch into Lunar Doge, don't switch into Lunar Doge. I swear to God, if you switch into Lunar Doge. But he actually stays in, he Sky Shocks me, and I'm able to Shadow Ball him for just over half health. He Trick Rooms, and you know what that means. It's our pal Lunar Doge. So he eats another Shadow Ball. I believe that's 3 this game. And he Moonlights itself. And I've got nothing left to do. Like, we've proven that none of my other surviving Pokemon can take this thing. So I just try to wall him with Espeon. I've got Wish, I've got double special defense. But then I figure it really is useless. I tried to switch in Ninetales for a Wish here to heal it, but that does not work. Between Stealth Rocks and Snarl, he's taken down. So now I'm pretty much out of options. I go for Heliolisk, Hyper Voice this thing, it does nothing. Get Snarled, which is a huge issue, because now, if you haven't noticed already, my remaining Pokemon are all special attackers. I really could have balanced this team a little better. And he goes for a Snarl. I'm hurt by my own son, because I forgot that don't switch in Heliolisk right after Ninetales. He's able to protect himself, and I just die of, quote, natural causes. And then send in Solrock, and oh, come on. Okay, my computer died there for a sec, but we're good. What happened was I Explosion, get him down to a quarter health, and that just doesn't work. That was my last desperation. So now I'm just back in Espeon versus Lunar Doge, everyone's favorite matchup. And it's just a stalling competition at this point. So, in case you couldn't tell already, he's about to win. I really did enjoy this battle. I think, you know, I did as best I could. I'm not the biggest competitive battler out there, but still held my own, I think, against Vialythen. And yeah, I'm really glad that it could happen. And if you guys enjoyed this video, I do have another battle saved up. So, you know, like, comment, subscribe if you want to see my OU battle with him. Here's the turn that he finally foul plays me to death. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.